Hey guys, in this video I'm going to run through a runner's cool down. So I'm just going to take you through straight away. In this one you should have already done about a 2 or 3 minute jog and a really slow jog or walk. So 2 or 3 minute jog followed by a 2 or 3 minute walk, if not like 5 minutes in total, combining walking and jogging. Nice and slow, obviously, to cool down after your main set. And then we'd walk into a few movements here. So we're going to start with number 1, where we're doing a calf stretch. So we'll pop down onto the ground, going one heel down to the ground like so, and then the other foot's just floating. You can push your heel down with the other foot like so. Keep your hips up nice and high, leg nice and straight. We're going to be holding these for about 20 to 30 seconds each side. Make sure you keep your back nice and straight, hips up nice and tall. We'll swap sides now, pushing the right heel down towards the ground, resting your left foot over the top like so. Taking a few deep breaths, feeling that stretch to the back of your calf here. It's especially helpful after a hill session. After that one, we drop down to the ground, so both knees will go onto the ground. Then we're taking a big step forward with our left leg like so. We're pushing our right hip forward, keeping our body up nice and tall. So we should be at a 90 degree here and a 90 degree angle on the back leg as well. Pushing this hip, your right hip forward. So my right knee's on the ground, right hip pressing forward, keeping our back up nice and straight. Trying not to lean back, we're just keeping ourselves up tall, pushing forward. 30 seconds, and then you'd swap to the other side, like so, pushing this hip forward. Up nice and tall. A few deep breaths. Nice and relaxing after your running set. And then on to our next one, we will kick this heel up like so, and then we're going to bring both of our hands down to the ground if you can reach, and then just slowly push your hips back. So you'll notice, I'm just going to come out of that position for a bit, that my knee is slightly bent and I'm pushing both of my hips back to try and stretch in through my hamstring. This might feel a little bit tender, so you can come up a little bit taller if you're around something, holding onto a wall if you need to, or you can sit up nice and tall. You will need some support if you're in that position. That's why I go down to the ground. It also helps get a bit more stretch. And we swap sides. So left heel onto the ground, we're pressing back through both of our hips, feeling that stretch through our hamstring. Few deep breaths in and out, pointing that toe. Back nice and straight, supporting on the ground. And then we release that. The last one we're going to do is we're going to stand up nice and tall. We're going to have our feet slightly turned out, just wider than hip width apart. And then from there, we're going to keep back in, hips in nice and straight, and we're just going to slowly go side to side, just releasing our hips. So if your hips click, that's totally normal. Mine do it almost every time. We're not aiming to keep our hips back, so you want to keep your back up nice and tall and just go nice and side to side, like so. So if I was to do that on the side for you, my feet are still wide, my hips are in, and I'm pushing side to side. So you can see my knee comes forward, and I'm just letting my hips mobilize, like so. And then for the second movement, we're putting our toes, our feet a little bit closer together, and our toes are pointing ever so slightly inwards. And then from there, keeping our legs straight, peeling forward from our hips. And we're holding that for about 10 seconds at a time. Going to do that about 2 or 3 times. So your back should maintain a nice neutral position, so nice and straight. After 10 seconds, we'll return to standing. Turn myself so you can see me, and then So legs straight, pushing our hips back. Legs will stay relatively straight, they can bend slightly, and then nice neutral back position. Like so, holding for 10 seconds. And then releasing. You can do that one another 2 or 3 times if you wish. Otherwise, that is the end of the cool down sequence. Good job.